Hey, this is Peachy.
I'm Ooze.
This is Sudon.
And we'd like to take a moment to thank our original launch site, Anchor.fm, who's helped to enrich this podcast in many ways. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast.
Anchor.fm offers educational tools on how to get started in social media and has not only given our show, stapled together, several platforms to choose from for your listening enjoyment, but continues to offer helpful tips and avenues for growth along the way. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
With an easy, hassle-free method for uploading, you can add your podcast episodes to Anchor.fm's extensive library, available for listening on several popular streaming services, letting listeners choose a favorite platform. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast.
That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad.
Go to anchor.fm/start to get started today. Hey everybody, welcome back to Stable Together for the comic book release week of August 14th, 2019. I'm Ooze.
Oh, I'm next. I'm Sudon.
And I'm Peachy.
And we don't have any news this week, so we're gonna go straight into the comic book review.
Super slow news week. Nothing, no major announcement.
Yeah.
I mean, Endgame came out.
Yeah.
You know, on Blu-ray. It's been out on digital for weeks. So
There's crying.
There's
That
crying,
happened.
yeah. Crying, there's laughing, there's dying.
Yeah.
Good bonus features.
Lots of snap.
Yeah.
And then Godzilla came out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what we care about.
King Monsters.
And apparently an article about Doctor Strange that said words.
Yeah,
I
about
didn't read
the hell dimension, or what is it?
Cancer dimension?
Yeah, something like that. And then the multiverse of madness. That's what it is about that. And Dark Crystal actually put out the Dark Crystal
trailer.
Yeah, they put out a trailer for that.
Comes out like next week.
Mark Hamill.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there was news, I guess.
Yeah. Just
We
nothing,
developed it on the spot.
just nothing we really want to go full into discussion
I
with.
don't want to go
Right.
Spider-Ham about it.
Yeah.
So Sudon, what books do you have this week?
Yeah, review segment of the week. We start there. All right. I had a lot of books this week. A lot of books.
You did have
because
a
there
lot of
was
books.
a lot of catch-up. I always have a lot of books, but I never get a lot of books.
Right.
I did have to catch up on Power Rangers and Symbiote Spider-Man. Those ones I had to catch up on.
Right.
So it took a lot of reading. Let's see what else. So yeah.
People still use pen and paper, by the way, if you couldn't hear.
I like it. I think I really do believe that if you write it down, you retain it a little bit more. But I don't remember any of the artists' names. Hi-Fi.
Not this week.
Not this week. No DC. No DC from
Yeah,
Sudon this
Sudon
week.
doesn't have any DC.
Oh man. So
You
yeah,
read.
I did pick up Symbiote Spider-Man number 5. The final. What's it? The final?
Yeah, that's the last one.
Oh yeah, it ended. So I read stories, so I remember what happened. It doesn't end. It's a comic. It's kind of a taken out of time, but it's kind of cool because they have another one coming out in a couple
Yeah, I
weeks or
can't
something.
remember what that is. And this one kind of left on kind of a cliffhanger. Not so much cliffhanger, but Spider-Man will return, or Symbiote Spider-Man will return.
Oh, it's an absolute carnage.
Absolute Carnage
Carnage.
versus Symbiote Spider-Man.
Oh.
I think because, well, obviously she had the symbiote and he's hunting down symbiotes, so that makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
like, cool. But yeah, I had to read 4 on this one, and I liked 4. This one I gave it actually an 8 out of 10 on this one.
Really?
Writing by Peter David, art by Greg Land, and inks by Jay Leister. Coloring by Frank D'Armata, and I got the Greg Land and D'Armata cover on that one.
Same.
Good book. I'm especially coming off the movie.
Yeah.
With Mysterio, a lot of stuff going on with there. Cool seeing more interaction with Black Cat and stuff like that, which they're like, hey, you still want to get that Black Cat series, right? I'm like, no. No, I do not. But,
Well, yeah, and it kind of left things off weird with the Black Cat and Mysterio situation, because they seem to have been in cahoots over something. And... or, they were working together over something, seemingly. At one point, he calls her right after, or she calls him right after Peter leaves. And then at another point after Peter catches him, she's like, I'll clean up. In this one, she's like, I'll clean up, and you go ahead. Because he was running late for an appointment with May, of course. And she's like, you awake? And they're like, blah, blah, blah. Kind of had a little... back and forth, like they had a sinister plan about something. They didn't. That's the last time they touched on that. So I mean, when I don't know. I don't know if maybe during the symbiote storyline it was an issue that Black Cat was working for Mysterio maybe, and that's something that we should already know.
Right.
And I may have read it, but I do not remember. Sorry.
It was a good book. Not my pick of the week.
Yeah.
I also picked up this week. We got the continued working of the Absolute Carnage storyline. They're spreading out the Carnage. It's literally. I got Scream #1.
Yes.
I share that also, I believe, with Peachy.
Yes, sure.
I got I cannot read my handwriting, but it's Cullen Bunn.
Colin Bunn, yeah.
Colin Bunn. He did the writing. Gerardo Sandoval and Victor Nava are the artists. Coloring by Eric Arsenega? And apparently it's the Mark Bagley continuing cover that I picked up for...
The connecting cover.
That is Power Rangers. That is not... That is Spider-Man. That is Spider-Man. That is... There it is, yeah. It's a continuing cover. It's... got a lot of the older symbionts in there.
Nice.
It was interesting. I really dug the art in this book.
Yeah.
In fact, I thought the art and the coloring was amazing in this one. But it only got a 7 out of 10 because following the story was like, what's going on?
Right.
And I get it's the start of a new story, but it feels like disjointed. And who's talking, when talking. It's no.
That's weird, man, because...
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Huh?
Never mind. I'm just thinking about your ratings and the books we share and stuff like that.
That was also not my pick of the week, but I also in the line on Absolute Carnage, I picked up, that's not it.
Would you rate that one?
I did, I gave that one a 7 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Then I picked up Absolute Carnage's Separation Anxiety #1.
I really wanted to grab that.
This one, Clay McLeod Chapman was the writer, Brian Level the artist, colored by Jordan Boyd, and cover I picked up the Philip Tan. It's a connecting cover. You got Carnage, so they're gonna have the other ones. I picked this up because one of my favorite characters that really kind of drove me into the realm of symbionts is Hybrid. Hybrid is multiple symbionts that came together and kind of create one being. Deadpool wore the symbiote,
That's right.
the Hybrid, and Deadpool versus Carnage, which was super, super cool. I was like, yes, it's Hybrid.
I never read that. I wanted to read it.
One of the only figures I have from the old figures, because I don't really collect Marvel figures, was Hybrid, so I was happy. And it was really cool to see them actually bring this character back in. The story...
Really?
The art, even worse.
That's too bad.
It was just really shoddy art. I'm sorry. It was... I want to pick up #2. I'm gonna, because I'm hoping it kind of continues because I love Hybrid. I want to see what they do with this character. But I gave it a 6 out of 10 this week. That one was definitely disappointing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just saying all these Carnage or Absolute Carnage tie-ins. are all going, I believe, 3 issues. Is that right?
3 issues, yeah.
Yeah, just like they'll have the Deadpool or Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool next week. I think that's next week. And then...
yeah, that's next week with the annual.
Yeah, and then there's another versus, I believe, coming also. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
That one's going to be a fun one. We shared a lot of books this week.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man number 27. Another 7 out of 10. Not overly caring, but interesting cliffhanger, I guess, at the end there. Writing by Snake Spencer, art by Kev Walker and John Dell. Coloring, who we met this summer, Laura Martin.
Yes.
We met her this summer. And I got the Ryan Otley, Nathan Fairbairn cover on that one, just because I liked it. The villains ones were not good. Okay, it was Spider-Man and a story. Okay, Boomerang's there. It was funny. Then I also picked up... I picked up a lot of books, right? Chip Zdarsky's new book. It's his new standalone. It's 2 issues that he's going to be doing. The next one comes out September 11th. It's called The White Trees. It's a interesting book. There's nudity.
Yeah, it's a very adult themed.
Very adult theme. Very LGBT friendly.
Okay.
A lot of that about. But it was interesting. Very fantastical.
Like fantasy based.
Fantasy based or something like that. I don't know. But I kind of almost like Farscape. Kind of like, I'm getting Farscape kind of vibes from it. But I'm curious to see where it goes. There's a story there. The art is phenomenal. It's art by Chip Zdarsky's writer. Chris Anka is the artist. And the coloring is by Matt Wilson. I couldn't figure out who the cover artist was before I got this. I meant to do that. But it was beautiful art. Beautiful art. The writing was good. I'll admit I was taken aback by some of the stuff that happened in it, but that's just me. I'm fine with it, but it's like, okay, there it is. It's right there. It's no worse than, what was it, Sex Crimes?
Sex Criminals?
Sex Criminals.
Also Chip Zdarsky.
Also Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah. What's the one you were picking up there?
Unnatural.
Or Unnatural? Unnatural, yeah. That wasn't Chip Zdarsky?
No. That was Mika Aldafo.
Nudity.
Oh, no, it's just that the kid at the store compared it to Unnatural. He said it reminded him of a bit of Unnatural.
Because there's nudity in it?
Yeah.
I guess maybe. I guess it's a comparison for him, I guess.
It's not the dry... There's a story going on, and it has nothing really to do with the sex. The sex just happened to be there. And it's cool. It's a cool book. 8 out of 10 on that one. Okay. But this week, I'm actually going to give the book of the week to...
Power Rangers.
Huh?
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. Go-Go Power Rangers number 22, which I had to read actually. Go-Go Power Rangers Forever Rangers number 1, which is a book that came out 2 months ago, I think. And then I had to read 21. It completed the story and then started a new story, which is pretty cool. Continued writing by Ryan Parrott and Sina Grace. Art by Francisco Martorino. Coloring by Raul Angulo. And cover by Ivan Shavanin. I gave this one... pretty much got like a 9 out of 10 on this one, just because they're continuing the story from what happened in Shattered Grid. They kind of get us back to where the date happened with Tommy and Kimberly, where he died in the alley.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't die in the alley.
Because they fixed it.
They fixed it. But we're also getting the tie-in to the Necessary Evil, which is super cool how they're doing this with all of the franchises. I mean, Go-Go Power Rangers takes place...
in high school, right?
In the past.
Yeah.
They're all in high school. It's in basically like 6 or 7 months after they've gotten their powers.
Okay.
That right now they fast forwarded to right after. If you're familiar with Power Rangers, Tommy had joined the team, was an adversary first, and then he joined the team.
Green Ranger.
As a Green Ranger. Then Lord Zed came in, new villain, kicked Rita out, and destroyed the Green Ranger powers. And this is at that point where he's lost his powers. And we're seeing, what's cool is this is also going to lead right up into where Go-Go, or Mighty Morphin is where they've just kind of introduced the White Ranger has been on the team. He's the leader of the team. So it's kind of cool, but they're also showing the Morphin Master's emissary that we saw in Mighty Morphin, who's leading the team of the Omega Rangers, which is Jason, Zach, and Trini. I talked about that 2 episodes ago?
Yes.
Where they were rounding up people who are sensitive to the morphing grid and basically locking them up. So we're seeing Emissary recruiting Jason from the beginning. So this is like the start of that, and so it's kind of cool. We're seeing the bookends in the 2 different series. So this one, I really agree. The art continues to be amazing. The story writing, I just kind of like, this is great. This is just, the characters are there. It's new and fresh for the modern era.
Right.
Because we're seeing in the Mighty Morphin, Bulk and Skull, their little buddies that are always the joke of the series, have their YouTube channel, or the equivalent, where they're the Ranger followers. There we see them coming in. The Go-Go, they're like, we're going to start this channel.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're kind of like, it's cool to see the different bookends, and they're still setting up the story, but it's all part of this necessary event, the evil event that they've started within Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin. So I'm curious to see what has happened. In a lot of talk of Drakon, he's still alive. They returned him back to his world, so we'll see what happens there.
That's awesome.
I'm curious to see where it's going. It's a lot of fun. That one, definitely a 9 out of 10. All 3 of the books are just really good to read.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're reviewing them all whenever they're out, and they sound like freaking awesome stories. And I've looked at the art on a few of them, man. It just blows you away.
The art, and surprisingly colorful. I would imagine this would be a very drab book. I mean, not very many colors in Power Rangers.
Yeah, no. There's like
It's only
only 2.
2 colors.
It's like super monochrome.
They split them amongst the 6 of the characters.
Yeah.
I said Green Ranger. That's really
Gray.
a joke. You were paying attention.
And then dark gray. And then black.
Gray.
And then dark black. And white.
And
off-white.
Yeah.
There's Checker Flag.
And then light white.
He's a special ranger that comes out of nowhere.
Checker
Stop!
flag.
This is over.
Go? Wait.
This is over. Oh my god. That would have happened in Turbo. That was a series where they had cars. It was the worst.
Nice.
Alright, but that's it for me. A lot to read this week, and I have a lot more to read.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
A stack this big.
That's like 2 inches, what he's saying.
3.
That's about 2.5.
2.5.
3 inches. I'm saying 3 inches.
Round
it up.
Anywho.
But yeah, that's it for me.
What books did you have, Peachy?
Well, I believe Sudon named all the titles I had. Although,
give the listeners a refresher.
Yeah. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 10. This is the cover I picked up. I believe you picked up the same one. Was that Mark Bagley? No. Is this the one you picked up?
I did not pick that up.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
It's in my whole slot.
He didn't pick up that book.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Yep. So Tom Taylor and excuse me, Ken Lashley. The art was Ken Lashley, Scott Hanna, Luca Maresca, covered by Andrew C. Robinson. This book this week just didn't make a...
I have a theory, or no, I have a psychic revelation. You rated it a 5.5.
No.
Dang it.
No, this one I gave 5.
Oh,
5 staples to.
5 even?
5 even. It was confusing to me. It was chaotic. There was a lot going on, a lot of jumping from place to place and stuff. The story was, although the story was cohesive, it just wasn't...
It didn't feel like part of the overarching storyline?
Yeah,
Felt
yeah.
out of place?
It was all right. Next, I had Symbiote Spider-Man number 5. Like I mentioned with your mention of the book, they kind of left it off. It kind of left off. It wasn't a great ending. They didn't really end anything. It was kind of a cliffhanger, and it said Symbiote Spider-Man will return. I'm guessing you're right in that. Absolute Carnage versus Symbiote Spider-Man. That's the other one I was thinking of, that versus. But that one I get, written by Peter David, cover by Greg Land, and inside art and cover by Greg Land. I gave that one 5.5 staples.
It was off, sorry. Second powers weren't quite there.
This is the cover I picked up.
The main.
Yeah, I
There's
think,
only
yeah.
one, I think.
Was there only one? Oh, okay.
As far as I know, that's the only one I saw.
And
Our
then
story's inconsistent.
That's very true.
No. Yeah. And Absolute Carnage, Scream number 1. Again, like Sudon mentioned, written by Colin Bunn, featuring art and cover by Gerardo Sandoval. I actually really enjoyed this one. I am a Colin Bunn fan. He did quite a bit of writing on a lot of books that I've read. So I'm a fan. The story was great. I thought, and cohesive. Again, that's my word of the week. But
consistently incohesive.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed the points of view and the bringing back of certain characters, and there was actually quite a bit of brutality, which I want to see in a title called Absolute Carnage.
Right.
Which it has not failed in Carnage.
Yeah.
There is carnage happening. Lots of people die.
Yeah, for sure. I picked up, I think it was the original cover also.
The main cover, yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I took that one.
Scream's hair symbiote
She's the
stuff is
original
going
Medusa.
everywhere.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I'm liking Scream more and more. I got the action figure a while back and I almost threw it away. No, I'm just kidding. I just didn't know much about her. I'm like, okay.
How dare you?
Right. But, again, I gave that one, I actually gave it an 8. Because I enjoyed it so much. And I really dug the art. The art was really great in it. I thought, the people looked great. And the symbiotes just looked awesome.
Great use of color. You can kind of tell the difference. There was a color in each in the different levels of her. You can also tell she it was the environments were there.
Yeah.
It felt like they were there. Like it was good. I liked everything: shading, coloring, lighting, writing.
Yeah. And although this was another one that was kind of all over the place, it was meant to be kind of all over the place. Mm-hmm. You've got different voices from different people and stuff like that going on. But I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Good.
However, my pick of the week was The Amazing Spider-Man number 27.
When isn't it?
Yeah, right. No, I haven't talked about it in a while. I don't think.
Just Spider-Man in general.
Right, yeah. Yep, shared this one with Sudon, also written by Nick Spencer, featuring art by Kev Walker.
I got my own copy. All right.
Cover by
That's
Ryan
what you
Otley, so I got the same cover as Sudon there.
Sudon read the first half, Peachy read the last half.
Right. And then we collaborated.
I get it Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah.
That's a pretty classic cover. I dug that.
Yeah, for sure.
Which
like
is
Ryan Otley.
Yeah, Ryan
Usually,
Otley, man.
yeah.
He looks like he should have been, an OG Spider-Man artist.
There's book. Sorry. For Ryan Otley, there's a book coming out next week that he's got coming out that I was kind of curious, it's like violent something or...
Huh.
It's...
Is it pretty violent?
Yeah. or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, they have a Ryan Otley cover. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's a Kelly Sue DeCornick book.
Okay, yeah, I was curious about that. Number 1 comes out next week.
Yeah.
But
this
Spider-Man artist peoples.
Yeah, for sure. This book I enjoyed immensely. I enjoyed it immensely. We have the Sinister Syndicate, or as they call themselves now, just the Syndicate. They dropped the Sinister.
Nice.
It's a group of all-female villains. Electro is female. We've got the Beetle. We've got, I forgot what the White Rabbit, I think. Octavia, or the Lady Octopus.
Is she the Trapster? Isn't that the
Trapsters. This one?
The rabbit.
Oh yeah, that's her name, Trapster. That's right. And
Trapster, Trapstar, Trapstim was in the comic.
And Scorpia. Anyway, they were sent to of course take out Boomerang. He's been a target of Fisk's for a while. He's done some people wrong and whatever. So they're after him. Spider-Man kind of comes to help him out. They're teaming up together, but it's just terribly bumbled, and
I'm sure.
they're not getting in sync at all. While on the other hand, the crew of the Syndicate, they are playing off of each other's strengths, and just a super strong team, and smart, and doing the right thing. And of course, they wind up actually Boomerang throws a boomerang,
right?
And Spider-Man catches it, and it's a gas one, and it knocks Spider-Man out, and then they're able to make off with Boomerang and whatever. But one of the biggest parts I loved about it was the teamwork, and how they go to the Sinister Six, and all you ever had was squabbling between members, and
specifically Doc Ock and Green Goblin, probably.
Yeah. Well, no, Doc Ock and the Vulture.
Yeah, just Doc Ock and anyone.
Yeah. But they just they're a strong team. They've got a lot of good stuff going for them. Whatever. It's funny. Spider-Man at one point, he's like, "I love what you're doing here. I'm all for it, except for the crime." Well, I guess it's all crime, so I'm not for it. But I would be, And
it was not devoid of humor
at all. And then you got Boomerang just being typical mansplaining dude, and just trying. I think he was trying to draw the aggro and whatever, but that was a good part of it too. They talk about their empowerment, the team does, because of what how they feel, and that type of thing. One of them was, I thought it was great. One of the chicks was like, sorry, one of the girls was like, somebody presumed to tell me I was wrong about this theory, and I wrote that theory. About how they get discredited and stuff, people and that type of stuff, and I just thought it was super cool, when they put their heads to it. They were very organized and very tactical and got the job done, were kind of in and out, and at first they were kind of thrown off guard, but then they're like, we practiced for this. Let's line up.
You practiced?
Yeah. It was Spider-Man and Boomerang. They're like, oh, well, shit, we didn't.
Right.
But it was a good book. I really enjoyed it. What was the cliffhanger on this one? I forget.
Roommate's got a girlfriend.
Oh, right. So Robbie's son, I can't. What's his name?
Every time we don't.
Yeah, I always want to call him Hobie.
I don't know.
But Robbie's son, Peter, comes home, sneaking in, and he hears Robbie with a date. Or Robbie Jr.
Robbie Jr.
I can't remember his name. Sorry. But hears him with a date, whatever, and then he kind of peeks out the door, and it's the Beetle. Yeah, and that's where it leaves off. I really, really dig this guy's writing because, along with, I mean, when when Ryan Otley was drawing with him, it was a very, very classic feel.
Right.
The writing is very, very classic, very still back to basics kind of stuff. I just really enjoyed it, and I enjoy the book more and more as I read it. I didn't quite enjoy the Hunted storyline, but hey, it was what it was, and it ended pretty alright. But
I thought the build up to 25 was a little.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Yeah, but yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man number 27, I took it. It was good. I gave that one 8.5.
Nice. It was funny.
Yeah.
I'll say I definitely dug the whole Boomerang. Like, it's happening. He's like, don't. The Spider-Man Boomerang team up. Like, had it all in bold.
Yeah.
Like that was great.
Mom, I have to call you back. Something magical is happening.
But yeah. What do you have for us, Ooze?
My books that I had this week were Critical Role, Vox Machina, Origins, Series 2, number 2. It's a really good book.
Really?
Yeah. Also, Collapser by DC's Young Animal, number 2. Oh yeah, authors. Matthew Mercer.
Thanks.
That's all that matters. I'm just kidding. Jody Hauser, Olivia Sampson. Those are the people that worked on Vox Machina. DC's Young Animal, Collapser, Mikey Way, Sean Simon, also good. Then we got The Flash, number 76.
Nice.
By Joshua Williamson, but
Yes.
not Howard Porter, because he stopped working on it.
Howard Josh Williamson Porter.
Joshua Porter. And then the artist, I don't like how they drew Barry's face because it's really boxy, but other than that, it was pretty good. Where in the world?
It's Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to see who is the author in this book. Yes, it's at the very end. Rafa Sandoval and Jordi Tarragona on the inks, and Ramu Mori on the colors.
Whoops.
Are they the Dragon Queen?
And that's the other cover I got. I got both covers. I got the Sandoval cover and the Yasmin Putri cover.
Which I wanted to get.
Yasmin Putri cover.
Ooh, that's badass, actually.
Yeah. I like the other cover better, but...
The other cover looks better, but I wanted to get that because it's the cardstock.
Yeah, and it's also Yasmin Putri, so I had to get it.
That's pretty cool. I dig this cover.
I like this cover better.
Oh, that's
Captain
awesome.
Cold.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty good. Who's this? Oh, Sandoval.
Yeah.
Right. Nice.
Hi-Fi?
No. And then I also got Loki number 2, but I didn't read it. So my pick of the week is Vox Machina.
So tell us about the previous issue.
So, in the previous issue, Grog, who's, he's a half-giant dude, right? Half-orc dude, who's part of the Vox Machina team. He's very, very tall.
I'm like, if he's a half-giant, isn't that just making him a normal size?
No.
I
No, he's very, very big. He's very big.
He's got his orc cut out for him.
He's also really dumb.
Oh.
But he had a dream about his dad who died, and then he went off without telling anyone about where he was going or anything, so the rest of the team has to go find him. It's Vax, Scanlan, Tiberius leaves, I don't know why, and, what's her face? What's her name? I can never remember her name.
Jasmine.
Nope.
Hyacinth.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get yelled at so much because I can't remember her name. She's a princess. Like an actual princess. But it's fine. I'll remember later.
Who's gonna yell at you?
People who listen to this, probably. Hopefully. I mean, who knows?
Yell at us.
Yeah, please.
Communicate!
So, yeah, he goes off and they're looking for him, and they wander across this town that people say that he went towards, and they find this dwarf, and he's like, oh yeah, we totally know Grog. He's one of our good friends. He actually saved my life. Blah blah blah. And then they talk to another gnome. Not, what did I say? Dwarf. Not a dwarf.
Orc.
I said dwarf.
Dwarf.
They're gnomes.
Gnomes.
They're extra small. They're tiny.
Nobody knows.
And it's Pike, and if anyone listens to Vox Machina, Pike's already part of the Vox Machina team. But they meet Pike, and they find out that Pike and Grog are like BFFs, but Scanlan and Grog are BFFs, but they're both gnomes, so it's really weird. Anyways, then Pike's like, hey, I'll help you find Grog because he's my best friend, and yeah. And that's the end of the first one, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then they go and find Grog, and there's a Shade who's like a necromancer, basically. And he's using Grog's energy for something, for a ritual of some sort, and they defeat the Shade and get Grog back, and he has this huge scar on his chest now. And
did he get a lot of shade?
And yeah.
Did he pick him up and throw him? Was he throwing shade, or?
So yeah, we'll see what happens with the big scar in the next one.
I'm sorry.
That really got me. Holy damn, that was on point. Like, I could have gone there.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
That's
pretty cool. So these are just like background stories to their characters on the podcast.
Yeah, so there's like the main backgrounds that they say in the actual podcast, but then there's like the backgrounds of like in between how they like actually started adventuring together, and that's what this is.
Oh, okay.
And like all of the people meeting each other.
Nice. They did the mechanics.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a group origin story.
Yeah.
That's
basically,
awesome.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's a lot of funny stuff because Matt Mercer knows the characters really well because they've been playing a campaign together for years. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
So Matt Mercer's writing's really good, and Jody Hauser does a really good job of bringing the characters to life. And
How's his voice work?
it's the worst. Just in general, it's the worst. He's the worst voice actor. I hate him.
Well, that's awesome.
No mercy. Mercer.
So is this book 2?
This is book 2.
How many books in the franchise?
I think 5. In the franchise. Well, there was an entire series before, because this is series 2, number 2.
How can it be origins? Are they like the pre-origins?
What did I just say? What did I just say?
I know, I'm playing.
Wow.
Anyways, yeah, that's the end of the comic book reviews.
Yeah, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, what books do we have for next week? Sudon?
Oh, I mean... let me take a look. Absolute Carnage vs. Deadpool.
You're right.
Ghost Spider. Spider-Man City of War.
Yep. Number 6, the last one.
Strayed, number 1.
It's about cats.
Oh, nice.
I might pick that one up. Superman Year 1, number 2. It's the second year.
I don't think that's how that works.
There's Superiors Spider-Man.
Number 10.
Shite.
Spider-Man.
I forgot that was out.
Superiors. Spider-Man. No
10.
hyphen.
Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen.
Number
2.
Oh my god.
And Weatherman.
You're still getting that?
Weatherman's in its second volume now, at number 3.
Oh yeah, because it went on hiatus. I forgot about that.
Yep. Lots of books.
What you got, Peachy?
You didn't see a Deadpool annual?
Still again? He's also not getting it.
Oh, right.
I'm not getting it.
Okay. I got it.
I did see it. It's up there.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Oh my god. I'm dying.
Run.
Transformers 84.
Oh, you're
number
still going.
0.
Sorry. Keep going.
Jim Henson's Beneath Dark Crystal, number 12. Goon, number 4. Scotty Young variant. Black Mask, You're the Villain, number 1.
Black Mask?
That's what it says. Black Mask, number 1.
Not Black Manta?
There's an Aquaman, but I'm not reading Glaucoma Man.
Glaucoma Man.
Glaucoma Man.
Glaucoma Man.
Glaucoma.
He just smokes a lot of pot.
Guacamole Man.
Oh, guacamole.
There's I am going to pick up that Rob Liefeld connecting cover of Deadpool versus Absolute Carnage. Yeah, apparently according to this, $91 for next week.
Whoa.
And I'm like, why is it so gosh darn much? And I'm like looking at it. I mean, they also have Superman Year 1, but those are 2.
Oh my god, sorry, I was dying. I was trying to hold it. I know we're done, but oh.
He apparently wasn't done with his list anyway, so.
I'm sorry.
StarCraft Survivors, number 2.
Unpopular opinion, I don't like Rob Liefeld's art.
It depends.
Yeah, I feel just
Honestly.
like it's too boxy
The
most
Deadpool
of the time.
looks cool for the cover. I like the Deadpool
That's
cover
good.
that they got for the Deadpool Carnage.
Huh.
Powers of X, number 3.
Powers of 10.
Scotty Young.
Powers of 10.
Actually, it is Power of X, and it's House of 10.
Oh.
Or Hickman himself. Wait, it might be the other way around, but Hickman himself said it. He was actually like, I saw an interview with him actually like, it's actually this and it's actually this.
I'll have
And
to
I'm
look
like,
at the thing again.
It's still confusing.
Yeah.
Why? Just
Why can't both be the same?
Huh.
I think
Marvel
it's Powers
Action
of
Spider-Man.
10 and House of X.
number 7. These are all still books on my list still. Like, seriously, $91. What the hell shit? What else? What do you have for us, Peach?
A few of the titles you mentioned I share with you, so that would be Spider-Man City at War, number 6, Carnage versus Deadpool, Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool, number 1, Superior Spider-Man, number 10, I also share with you, and then I have Daredevil, number 10, that's out next week.
No gods, devils.
No gods, only no devils, only gods.
Right, the final part, I think, of that story.
Sweet.
Is he leaving? Is Chip still on it, or is he leaving?
You know, I'm not sure.
I haven't seen him say anything about him leaving, so...
Maybe he's just doing that and everything else on top of it.
Yeah, probably.
What do you got for us? Is that all for you?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Sorry, I just kind of went like, you're done. Next! No, it's Peach, Oozy.
Oozy chicken. So, as mentioned, we have Superior Spider-Man number 10 coming out.
Right.
Excited for that, because stuff goes down.
Multiverse!
I might be picking up Pretty Violent, because it's Kelly Sue DeCornick.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So we'll see what happens. I saw a preview for it. It looks really good, like a video preview for it.
Oh,
so it looks
nice.
interesting.
Those
it
are
looks
cool.
spooky.
Is it a... No, it's the one I keep thinking of. I can't remember what's happening to kids is the horror one. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, number 2.
Nice.
I'm probably picking that up. I might stop after 2.
It's got 2 cool covers on it. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, I mean, if the story is good in this one, sure. But I didn't really like the story in the last one. There was too much talking. And not a whole lot of making sense.
And Jimmy's kind of a twit.
Yeah.
He reminds me more of Archie than Jimmy. But
Also, Nightwing number 63.
Oh, nice.
Apparently stuff happened.
I'm excited. Hopefully we get to hear about that.
We'll see.
Right.
Because also Aliens Rescue number 2 comes out next week.
Cover. That cover.
I haven't seen it.
It's
Aliens. And that's what I got for next week.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. As always, there is no substitute for the real thing. Pick these books up, read them with your eyeballs.
Pretty soon, and the others don't know this, you may be able to click the links and purchase these from our description down below.
Ooh, that's
Help
awesome.
us out with the podcast. A little bit of affiliate work going on there.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's cool. That's actually pretty cool.
Live reaction, y'all.
Yeah. It's very mellow, but yeah.
But yeah. Comic book store locator.
ComicShopLocator.com. If you don't know where your local comic book shop is, use that. Also shows what books come out that week. So do the thing. Go to the place. Buy the books.
Sorry about this, guys. This is our first podcast.
Ever.
Yeah.
Never done this before. Especially not 44 times before this.
Yeah, I kept blanking. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm sorry. But yeah.
Peachy, got a quote for us?
I do. This quote is, "There are some things beyond our understanding. We must accept them and learn from them, because these moments of crisis are also potential moments of faith. A time when we either come together or fall apart."
Superman.
No. I will leave
Keegan-Michael Keel?
No. I will leave that a mystery. See if people can figure that one out.
Okay, can you tell us, though?
Yeah.
Okay, after
Dr.
I
Aphra,
just want to
number
make sure.
35.
What?
Oh, you're so
Star
far
Wars.
Thank you.
TIE Fighter.
Is this like the
Number
super extended cut of Sudon's book?
He's coming in. Well, that's it for us.
Yeah, bye!
Have a good one, guys. We'll catch you in
Catch us on
the
social
flip.
media.
Have you listened next time where I'll just keep talking?
Video noise.
Insanity.
Okay.
Social media.
Bye.
Bye.
Subscribe. Like.
Comment. Mostly comment.
Like.
No.
Comics.
No.
Not the comments.
Don't do either.
Don't.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this, connect with us on social media, and of course like and subscribe so you don't miss out. Music is brought to you by Kevin MacLeod. Find more of his music by visiting incompetch.com or clicking on the link in the description. If you want to listen to more, find us on anchor.fm, our website unstabletogetherpod.wixsite.com, and pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts.